Today I'm going to be talking about Halo, Halo Infinite, Halo Studios, whatever you want to call it these days, and I'm probably going to be stepping on some toes here because I'm just going to say it. This game franchise, and this genre even, is dead in the water, and if they keep cooking up games out of the same old boring recipe book, then we're just gonna see any new Halo or any new FPS multiplayer or launch with a little bit of hype and then just quickly die off. And like I said, it's not just Halo, but the entire genre that is dying. I'll get into that, but let's go ahead and start off with what sparked this old hair up my derriere here, the old kick in the arse, if you will. Yesterday, IGN posted a video showcasing Halo Studios' Unreal Engine 5 update trailer. Essentially, this video is just an announcement video confirming that Halo will be coming off of the old Slip Space engine and moving over into Unreal Engine 5. And don't get me wrong here, because this is actually absolutely massive news for Halo, because as it stands, 343 develops and maintains the Slip Space engine, which getting rid of that in itself is going to be relieving what I'm assuming is a massive amount of overhead. They even mention in this video that they're essentially a game development and tech development team when they have to focus on the Slip Space engine. They state over and over in this 6.5-minute showcase here that they're able to take these resources and re-implement them into developing the next generation of Halo, the new generation of Halo. They don't give us any specific examples, of course, but the Slip Space engine is not even the main problem that I wanted to break down inside of this video. Go ahead and get your keyboards ready because I told you I'd be making you mad. Team-based respawn shooter games are dead. The genre of team-based shooters are dead. They are boring, redundant. They have gameplay loops where you die, respawn, die, respawn, die, respawn, die, respawn, die, respawn, with zero actual gravity to holding your life. This game genre has been milked dry, and the numbers prove me right time and time again. I'll get into that a little bit later. And you might go ahead and make the argument that some team-based shooters, such as Valorant, Counter-Strike, Rainbow Six, are all successful games that are still massively popular. And on the surface there, you might actually be right. But every single one of those games has one thing in common, and that is the fact that the most popular game modes inside of those games limit your lives and therefore add gravity to the gameplay, making each and every single play that you manage to make actually mean something, rather than, oh, I just went and omni-hopped 12 directions for 2.5 minutes and got 4 kills that time. Respawn, rinse, repeat. It's boring. Team-based respawn shooters need to be put out to pasture. I'm gonna go ahead and bring some numbers in this to back me up. Let's go ahead and start off with, I don't know, how about Halo Infinite launching in November of 2021 to nearly 148,000 players on Steam. Nothing insane here numbers-wise, but it is decent. 1 month later in December, we're looking at 62,000 players. January, 31,000 players. February, 15,000 players, all the way to now with a 24-hour peak of 4,272 players. The argument I'm making is that the main cause of this is because the gameplay loop of team-based respawn shooters is a genre that has been milked dry. I will get into some solutions to this problem that, in all honesty, if you haven't commented and disliked the video yet, those solutions are for sure gonna make you do it. But first, let me break down a few more examples of some team-based multiplayer games and how they launch big and launch with hype, but then they die really fast. Now, what's annoying here is that every single Call of Duty multiplayer is actually a prime example. Unfortunately, I can't look these up on the Steam charts because Call of Duty a little while back lumped the multiplayer in with the Battle Royale numbers, most likely because it was blatant of how low the player counts in multiplayer had gotten, but I digress. I'm going to have to use the Twitch view tracker to illustrate my point here, which unfortunately is not a direct representation of the players, but it does give us a general interest chart that we can follow. The latest Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 dropped in November of 2023 with 55,000 viewers. December of 2023, we are looking at 23,000 viewers. Then just 6 months after launch in May, we are all the way under 10,000 viewers. Again, this is not a direct player count here, but it does at least give us a general idea idea of how much interest people actually had in the game. Let's go ahead and take a look at Warzone during this same timeline, for example. Typically, the new Warzone version of the new Call of Duty comes out just a month after the new multiplayer. Otherwise, they would get 0 people buying or playing the multiplayer. Regardless, in December of 2023, when the Modern Warfare 3 update came to Warzone, 53,000 viewers were there. 1 month later, that actually went up to 56,000 viewers, and actually still to this day sits above 30,000 viewers compared to a measly 4,300 people watching multiplayer. It doesn't end with Call of Duty though. I'm not done yet. X-Defiant was a massively hyped up new first-person shooter, team-based pew pew die repeat shooter that was set to dethrone Call of Duty multiplayer and all 4,300 of their viewers. And all kidding aside here, I was actually excited for this game with it not having skill-based matchmaking. That was mainly it. But at the end of the day, the game is decent. It's a decent game. It's just redundant and it's boring. Play that game for more than 30 minutes and I think I would rather beat my head against a brick wall. And unfortunately with X-Defiant, they force you onto Ubisoft's stupid app to even play the game. A dying company, by the way. So we can't even look up the player count here either. But I can tell you from personal experience that this game's player count and viewer count and interest was at rock bottom in just over a week, maybe a month tops. Don't take my word for it here either, as reports from Insider Gaming with direct sources at Ubisoft said that Henderson reports that X-Defiant player counts and the player spending numbers are dwindling, with it currently hovering around just 20,000 concurrent players across all platforms. That's on average 6,500 people per platform, which is insane, especially considering that I'm assuming that this is global, meaning you're over there playing with 300 people in North America West. That's hilarious. That's ridiculous. It's also funny how they mention the spending numbers because you know Ubisoft is hurting for a win right now. They did not get it with X-Defiant. But let's go ahead, stop complaining, and start to talk about what the solution to this problem is. This is sure to set some people off, but battle royales are obviously still massively popular. I don't care what the loud, old, annoying minority blab about inside of the comments. People want to play and consistently play battle royale games. They do. Whether it be for the minute-to-minute gameplay that boring multiplayer just cannot provide, or my personal draw, the actual gravity of a one-man, one-team left standing to win the game, every life matters type feel, or whatever it is, people consistently come back to playing battle royales. It's a genre that holds the highest consistent concurrent players. When it comes to a Halo battle royale, which is the obvious solution here, don't start with me about the Forge Battle Royale and how that didn't technically bring in massive amount of players. I can already hear that argument down in the comments. Because while that Forge mode looks like it was created and crafted in a very well thought out way, and I'm sure it plays well, it's far from what an official Halo Battle Royale project would be, which I guarantee would generate long-term success. Not just for Halo, but for any game. I would be playing an X-Defiant Battle Royale right now. And I've got a dozen things on my plate between Throne and Liberty, Brighter Shores, League's coming up. This freaking Halo crap came out. Now I have to like vent about Halo, a game that I thought I forgot about 3 years ago when they botched the boring ass multiplayer. I'd be playing the Battle Royale right now, hands down. I'm telling you guys, I'm not the only person that feels this way. It's just where we are at. You can disagree all that you want, but I promise you guys that the numbers will prove me right time and time again. And if games don't start adapting to this, they are going to just continue to maybe launch with a little bit of hype and then just quickly die off and gain no real success. If you made it this far in the video, comment made it down below so I can give you guys an extra shout out. I hope you guys all have an amazing day. I'm out.